At the time and date of recording this video, Raised by Wolves has not officially been canceled, but news has been slipping out through the actors on social media, from Twitter to Instagram, on hashtag renew Raised by Wolves, hashtag save Raised by Wolves. There's a petition out. There's a lot of articles out explaining how Discovery has bought Warner Brothers from AT&T and all the stuff going on. I'm going to leave links in the description just so you guys know where to go to help support. I mean, tag on any social media platform you have, tag HBO Max, let them know how much you love the show. Go comment on the actors post, go like the actors post, go retweet, reshare, do whatever you can to get this series renewed or save the series. So use the hashtags renew Raised by Wolves, hashtag save Raised by Wolves, and I will leave all the other links in the description down below. This video that you're about to watch, it was recorded a week and a half before this even came out with all the news. Me and John like to read the comments from our Raised by Wolves videos, so it's a lot of fun. So if you're missing Raised by Wolves content, stay tuned. And also, I also want to drop, we have some cool interviews coming out with Raised by Wolves storyboard artists and even VFX artists on behind the scenes stuff. So subscribe to stay updated with Raised by Wolves content. We will be on the lookout here to save Raised by Wolves.
Everyone, welcome back to AsArt with Nick and John, and welcome back to the Raised by Wolves universe. As usual, we are continuing the comments and theories and craziness of this crazy show with all kinds of fun things to talk about. And as you're listening to this episode, of course, drop your thoughts down in the comments, because we'll be continuing this conversation all the way up to season 3 probably coming up. Yeah. And we don't even know when that is yet. It hasn't even been officially announced, but we're super excited for that. And we really enjoyed the conversation with the community. So
yes, and
we'll jump on in here.
Hopefully we'll get a special guest on soon. Woo woo.
All right, so not Raised by Wolves related,
but it was on the video.
It was on the video. So we have Niamh Algar saying, John, since you're into gaming, would you happen to have an Oculus Quest? I love VR games. So yeah, so this is in response to, I guess, us mentioning it. And you, if you guys haven't seen, we have a number of game reviews on the site. It's not something we do as often as these type of videos, but there are some on there. And we tend to have a number of VR game reviews. And so, yeah, so in response to that, so most of the reviews that I do are done using an Oculus Quest VR headset. And it's sometimes being ran through a PC to the headset, but sometimes on the Quest itself. But yeah, that's probably how you're seeing the VR reviews done, and what I'm wearing when I'm doing them. You're never going to see me wearing the headset.
Yeah, dang it. I was about to say, I've been trying to get John to put a camera up so we can see him like with fighting no one. I'm like, come on, John, it's so epic.
Yeah, sure not going to see that. You never look cool like that. You guys think it's like Ready Player One? Not like that at all. You're just like, ooh.
I would love to
knocking
see
your head against
a ladder
the wall,
for hours kind of thing. You're just like...
Yeah. It never looks good. Never looks good.
Comment down below if you want John to put that camera up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so Oculus Quest 2 is the headset that I've been using for the reviews. Really cool piece of hardware. If you guys have an interest in VR, now Meta, the company name has been changed. So Meta Quest 2 is a cool little piece of hardware, especially for the money.
Yeah, and there was a game John just reviewed too where you can build your own world in VR, and I was like, I kind of want to get a VR set just for that. But anyways,
really, really cool stuff. All right, so we have Soundwave Surfer. By the way, I know you grabbed one of the Raised by Wolves shirt and you're enjoying it, so thank you very much. Oh yeah, Nick's wearing one right now. I didn't see that. Well, he barely able to see it, but yeah, really cool shirt by our expert Kyle. No, it's just the camera angle. But yeah, expert Kyle did those shirts. They are on the AsArt.space website. You guys can check those out if you are interested in those. But that's actually what he was commenting on. I thought it was another thing that he said. Doing? Yeah, he said, "Got my Burn Me shirt and I love it." Yeah, so
there's two different versions. We got Raised by Wolves, and we also got Burn Me, obviously, which is a quote from the show. But it's with the tree, so it's up to you if you want to wear it. But trust me, we're not promoting burning trees.
But yeah, we're super pleased you got the shirt and you're liking it. And then anybody who's buying the shirts and stuff, merchandise, whether it's the Audi from Severance or the Raised by Wolves.
Oh, you know what though?
Get to see some.
You know what I have right here, John? By the way, guys, we also do coasters too. You know what? That'd be fun to maybe do some new coasters too. It's with the tree.
That might be fun.
The tree design would look so good with the snake.
That would come out very good. Dang. Yeah, so maybe we'll have to do some of those.
You know what, guys? Go to AsArt.space. That's probably where we're going to be putting all this stuff.
All right, so continue on. So we have Eliza, who's been with us for a good while as well. Good to see your name again. So you guys are so fun. Please complete the Moon Knight review. Also, please cover Obi-Wan and House of the Dragon. Oh, and Westworld Season 4. So I know I had textually responded to this, but it's good to cover it on here. Yes. So do you want to cover why Moon Knight did not go to completion?
Kyle has been doing a big move across the country, so we literally put everything on hold. I'm tempted to do one, but I'm always scared too because I have a hard time getting the names right to all the Egyptians' gods, and I really don't want to look like an idiot, especially after the live stream. And you guys were saying how bad our first couple videos were. We couldn't get the names right. I'm like, hold on, let's just pump the brakes. I'm not gonna butcher Egyptian gods' names like crazy. So, but. Me and Kyle did talk about it on our most recent Kyle Going Away live stream that we did. He got to say some thoughts before he went away, and now he's walking the path to Mordor. But yeah, which we mentioned in our previous. Anyways, but yes, we know we want to cover Westworld Season 4. And because we covered Season 3, we're really thinking about House of Dragons, but that's about it. It's just like a thought we want to. We don't know yet. We'll see when it comes. Is that August? I think it comes at the end of August, that show.
Oh, I can't remember.
But
I mean, that's the likelihood is we'll probably check it out.
Because it's HBO Max.
Yes. That's one of the reasons. I mean, the expectations are going to be very high for it, but I'm assuming that if they're on their game, then it'll be a good show.
Yeah. Obi-Wan comes out this week, and I know not all of us have Disney Plus right now.
Yeah.
So we're like, after just paying for Paramount Plus and not being happy with it and like going back, we're just like, there's so many streaming services. So we're trying to pick and choose. We're a little picky right now.
Yeah, so House of Dragon is a probably.
Yes.
Westworld Season 4 is a yes.
Yes.
And then Obi-Wan is, and then Moon Knight is
Obi-Wan is
House of Arg, yeah. And then Moon Knight is just an unfortunate, wasn't able to complete because of life changes for Expert Kyle. But so we didn't, they didn't leave that unfinished on purpose. That was just more life changes. All right, so we have Kamar 7779. Says, are you going to cover Westworld? So yes, we definitely are. Sorry,
I didn't realize I put those right back to back. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
Good job,
Nick.
Bad.
But this is good because now we can jump.
We like seeing your guys' names and familiar faces, so it worked out anyway.
Yeah, we try to get as many comments as we can in here, as you can tell.
Yeah. All right, so Miss T says, I love these videos where you go over theories and comments. Thanks for the great commentary. Yeah, you know what? And the comments are super fun because you guys help us have fun conversations, and you give us conversation topics. You bring up ideas that we wouldn't have otherwise. And honestly, it's Nick and I like being able to talk about this stuff, but at the same time, it's just two people. There's only so many ideas that we would come up with. Whereas now we have a community of friends,
better
and people
ideas
that we're able to talk to.
Yeah,
that's kind of the chase. They're better ideas.
Yeah, 100%. And if you were on the live stream, you could tell we're just cuckoo people that like your ideas. We're like reading the comments, like, "Oh yeah, you're really smart. Oh, that's great, John. We're stupid." No, I was kidding. I said we're stupid, so, not you. Both of us combined.
All right, so we have Darren. The last name might be Harris, Kairis. Darren Harris is time travel, question mark.
Raised by wolves.
The masked figure spitting out while trapped in the hexagon, surrounded by robe-wearing figures, is mother, time displaced with eventual help of grandmother to begin the entire cycle herself, birthing the first serpent. So it's funny. Any other show, this would sound absolutely ridiculous. And yet, again, in Raised by Wolves, it's like, I could see it, you know. I don't know. I have no idea, though. I mean,
so if it is time travel, does that mean all the ancient humans are the humans that are there on the planet now?
I hope not. Gosh, it just gets so messy. It's so messy when they start doing that stuff.
Did she kill Campion in the future when he was sneaking up to her, like, you know, like with the thing to push her into the pit? Was that Campion? Oh no, full circle.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be interesting to see the extent of weird they're going to embrace with this show. I mean, are they just going to keep, because some science fiction shows get weirder and weirder and weirder because they feel like they have to keep it getting crazier in order to keep their audience engaged. And sometimes that works, it keeps them engaged, but at the end, no one's happy with where it went. Whereas I feel like here, and people have pointed out in the community, that it sounds like the writers already have a plan and an arc plan, which makes me feel better about it. But at the same time, man, it just seems like it keeps getting weirder and weirder, but who knows? All right, so we have Niamh Foss saying, grandmother thought that father was her partner, which makes me leads me to believe that father is more than just a generic model. Grandmother would have the ability to scan father, and if she thinks that father is her partner, would make me believe that grandmother picked up something special about father. Yeah, you know what? That's interesting. I mean,
or it could just be love at first sight. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if he is a generic model, I guess it comes into play like how long are generic models used for, and because grandmother's a very, very old, existing, kind of model. We don't know exactly
how old,
what her, special skill set is, and machinery and things like that in there. But we know she's really old. But yeah, that's true though. I mean, she clearly has a ability to scan at least biological forms, and I'd assume she'd be able to pick up on certain things about father as well. So yeah,
it's so interesting because you would think mother would have caught that, right? Because I feel like mother has the same ability when it comes to scanning stuff, right? Maybe not. No, she has to put food in her mouth. No, maybe not. Maybe it's a different.
Was it just when grandmother said that to father? Was that just father and grandmother at that time, or was anybody else around?
Oh,
I can't remember.
That might have been just them.
That might have been when she was very first powered up the first time.
When they were alone.
I can't remember.
When they were alone.
I can't remember. I can't remember. Because he powered her up. She didn't say anything for a while, and then eventually they had a conversation. I can't remember if anybody else was around at the time. But yeah, that is a good point, Nay, that at this point we don't know if she's picked up on it. I mean, again, it sounds like she was messed up pretty bad. She might have been getting her senses about her too. So yeah, that's interesting though. It's been the long standing, kind of argument is father really generic or is he not? And so it's going to be interesting to see
how special is he?
Yeah. He tells some great jokes.
I know.
All right. So D White Man says, I'm out of good theory shows to watch at the moment after Outer Range finish. I am up to date with them. I even watched Dark, the German TV series. I haven't heard of that. Okay.
I think that's.
And by the way,
go on.
Is that the one that keeps getting recommended to us, or okay? Oh, I got thrown off by German TV series. Okay, I just kept I kept thinking it was going to be in German. And by the way, it's so well written, you should watch it, even if it's only for your own entertainment. Anyway, I look forward to the next video. Keep it up. Cool. Thank you for the thumbs up and looking forward to the next video. You know what? We've had a bunch of people recommending Dark. I didn't know it was a German TV series. It's always fun to get shows from different regions and things like that because you oftentimes get different types of entertainment. I always have been surprised at how cool and different, like some of the Korean movies I've seen and some of the Japanese movies I've seen. You get different types of entertainment than what you figure falls into the regular formula of what you're used to in your particular culture. So it always makes for fun listening. Anything on that, Nick? Or
no, I think that was perfect. Okay. I think you covered it.
I just wanted to add
the Dark.
All right, so we have TB12 Prophecy saying, watched till the end. Love season 2 of
they made
Raised
it.
by Wolves.
They made it to the end because I think that was like, hey,
oh,
we're still here.
that's right.
Thanks for making it to the end.
Yeah,
there's so much fun stuff at the end.
Yeah, we went, I think, off on a tangent. And Nick's like, if anybody watched till the end, put down in the comments you watched till the end. And so watch till the end.
Thank you for making it to the end.
Yeah, thank you. Well done, TB12.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
They're saying, love season 2 of Raised by Wolves. Going to check out his Dark Materials or whatever it's called. Love the channel. Guys, keep the Raised by Wolves content going. We're definitely going to keep the Raised by Wolves content going. And I think I responded to you textually in the comments. Yes. I am super pumped for you to watch his Dark Materials because if you haven't seen it yet, you're in for a really fun ride because it's some really, really good entertainment and just really well done.
High quality. Yes. VFX, good acting too. Really good. I was very impressed, especially Mrs. Coulter. Very good acting.
Oh, yes. I mean, all around really good stuff. You might have seen The Golden Compass, the movie that came out many years ago. This is, far surpasses that. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It never went beyond that first movie, which was a disappointment. So much more in a
series. You get so much more.
Yeah, so much more. Yeah. It's just really, really good. And then you're going to be ready for season 3, which will be the last season of that, I imagine, unless they break it into two parts. So you're going to have a really fun time and fun journey on that. So let us know how you like it. Hopefully we didn't steer you wrong, but I don't think we did.
Yeah, I hope we didn't hype it up too much, huh? Sometimes you go in so hyped, it's like, what are you talking about, guys?
All right, let's see. So we have Garden Girl says, cool name. Garden Girl says, random things I think I notice. I have tons of these. I think I notice. Not that I notice, I think I notice. All right. So mother only hums when death is near.
Oh,
Ooh, it's like the death hummer, not the Grim Reaper, the Grim Hummer.
oh, I like that,
and
John. Ooh,
the
that's
Grim
good.
Hummer. So both Mary and Tempest say almost the exact same thing about not being able to be a mother. And then mother found the birthing android's head, and the kids have an android body. Could father grow them together? And then
I didn't even think about that. That's so
pretty
good.
awesome. I didn't think about that.
Good.
It wasn't funny until I read it aloud, and then you laughed, and then I thought about it again, and I pictured him like, you know what? That is pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Great. It's gonna just be
It's like when
androids going around.
in Empire Strikes Back when Chewbacca's putting C-3PO
Yeah.
back together. I'm backwards. You know?
That's good.
All right,
Those are
and then
good.
we have Soul is Shepherds of Life. Oh, Soul, Shepherds of... I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know if Soul's supposed to stand for anything or not. But
Yeah,
all right, let's
I
see.
don't know.
So we'll circle back to these, but then the paragraph at the end is, what's the theory of the unidentifiable space within grandmother's build?
Yeah.
What's the theory on the dodecahedron
Mm.
having no entrances except down to travel to the core? Were they really meant for going up, not down? So do you want me to go through
So
these again?
grandmother's
Talk about
open
it a little bit?
space. We've theorized before that's since she's kind of like the opposite to
Like
mother,
an
right?
evolution chamber, yeah?
Yeah,
Or-
and we think that's life, right? Like she can give life where mother kind of takes life away because she's meant for destruction and maybe grandmother's meant for creation. So it's like the yin and yang, it's opposites, it's all that stuff. But what's cool about mother's arc, she's kind of been reprogrammed to give life. And so
Yeah.
so yes, maybe her core, she was supposed to be destruction and stuff, but now she's on this path to preserve life, which is cool. Like it was just a cool story arc for mother. Grandmother might be going the opposite way now. Maybe she was built for creation and now she's going to de-evolution. So, it could be like they were meant for something and they go the other way,
Which is fun. I mean, you have programming or you have a natural tendency, and then how can that be twisted into something else? Which I think is kind of a fun way to think about it. And then the next one was, what's the theory on the dodecahedron having no
So
entrances
that's
except
the
down
safe
to travel
space,
the
right?
core?
That was the thing that got destroyed when mother killed Seven.
Well, that's
That glass
the kind of
ceiling?
elevator that goes down where
Oh,
Marcus
oh
was
my
going
gosh.
down, I
Oh my
think,
gosh.
right?
Yes. Why was I thinking about the barrier? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm
fine.
leaving that in the edit. See, I'm
There's
not perfect.
there's a lot of geometrical shapes like this in the show,
Yes.
so it's easy to get confused
So,
on that. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
No, it's fine.
Thank,
I hope I'm
thanks-
thinking of the right
thanks for
thing. Maybe
backing me
Nick
up.
had the right thing.
No,
and I got it wrong.
I think you're right, not me. Yes, it only goes down and not up, right? What do we think it was? It was like a feeding chamber. It's like, or maybe it was used for a sacrifice or an altar, maybe to feed the snakes so they don't eat the other people. Maybe.
It seemed to me, it looked to me, well, my thoughts on it were biased a little bit, or kind of pushed in a direction a little bit, because when Marcus was going down, he ran into the serpent skeleton. I'm like, well, that's probably what's down there then, is serpents. And, but maybe that's not what it was originally for. But to me, it looked like a hardcore cage like you'd have for like a shark diving tank. And so that's what it looked like to me. But I'm not saying that's what it's for. But originally, I remember I had asked, this is way back before we got to the end of the season. I said, Nick, do you think that thing went down further? Do you think that's as far as it went? Because it looked like it got stuck on that skeleton. Do you think it went down further? Yeah, and then at the end of the season, he goes, I'm gonna take that all the way down, I think was one of the last lines of the season. So now we get to see how far that goes down.
So I think she's talking about the actual dome itself, the outside of the dome, because now that makes more sense that the only entrance is going down. Because remember when in season 1, when Marcus put his hand in, there was only a hole. Like there was no other way in except for the hole. So the only way to get in is through the hole to those things. So yeah, I think they were only meant to go down. Or maybe it's
And I think
it's a
we're
prison,
maybe
a prison.
confused on some of these things, but yeah, we're definitely
Which is
trying to
totally
think of
acceptable with this show. I feel like there's so many
Yes.
things to cover, or I'm just really trying to give myself a passing grade here.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where at least the cage, that Marcus had gone down is going to go. I think that's going to be really interesting. Just those structures in general are very fascinating structures because we don't see many other just freestanding structures in this world that are left, that are uninhabited but standing, aside from like a couple caves here and there.
But those look natural though.
Yeah,
They're not like man-built caves. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yes, no, that's what I mean. The caves look natural, but these buildings look a little bit different.
Yeah,
so it's
they're the only things like that.
Yeah. All right, so we have DJ Ash saying, Raised by Wolves is far superior to the other shows you've been watching while I've been waiting for you all to get back here. Yeah, you know what? This has been a fun show. I really liked Severance. I think Nick really liked it too. Outer Range was fun. I think we definitely enjoyed maybe Raised by Wolves and Severance a little bit more because maybe they were a little bit more, I don't know. I mean,
John just didn't like Autumn.
Yeah, I did not like Autumn. I wanted to, oh gosh.
And
but yeah,
Billy,
you know what?
Autumn and Billy, he's like, I don't know, guys. The licking and the saliva and all that stuff. He's like, yeah, it's too much.
I'm drinking here, man. Don't ruin my drink. I don't even want to drink it. Yeah, but yeah, you know what? It just depends on what type of shows you like. If you like crazy, hardcore, wacky science fiction, then Raised by Wolves is going to be your thing. If you like science fiction and thought-provoking, a little bit slower, a little bit more real world, then Severance is going to be your thing. If you like
sponges in the ocean, SpongeBob's your thing.
there you go. So, yeah, underwear over a sponge, then that's going to be your thing. So it really just depends on what you like. But I'm glad DJ that Raised by Wolves, caught your attention and that you like us.
It caught ours too.
Glad
caught ours too.
Yeah.
Which was a very random thing when we first started watching season 1. I don't know why we started watching. I think I started watching. I was like, John, you should watch this show. What's his name? Because his name was on the title.
Ridley Scott. Yeah. And it was interesting because it started off in a much different direction than it ended up going for me. I thought it was going to be a throwback to older science fiction, like 60s, raw science fiction, but very minimalist. And then it kind of went in a much different direction. I don't know if that's.
Well, the snake threw us off.
Yeah, the snake threw us off. Yeah.
All right, so we should have saw it coming. It was on all those drawings in the cave that I talked about in the last video. Okay.
All right, so Jillian WV says, "Yay! I'm so glad we're still talking about this fever dream of a show. I kind of miss it and want to binge both seasons in a long weekend of no baiting or sleeping. But there will be Cheetos." Yeah, you know what?
It's totally Eric
I'm just picturing at the end of both seasons, you just wake up and you while you were sleeping, you kind of just you scratch your face and you just have instead of camouflage paint across your face, it's just orange streaks of fingers across your face.
What's that from? That Toy Story 2. Remember when that guy's asleep?
Does that happen in Toy Story 2?
Well, he has his bags and a bag of Cheetos and Woody's jumping around him and he's like, oh, he's touching himself and the Cheeto dust is getting everywhere. I think so.
All right, Pixar already covered what I was picturing, so that's
Simpsons
perfect.
did it.
But yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's really fun to go back to these shows and be able to just enjoy them straight on through. For the purposes of AsArt, Nick and I really enjoy streaming services that release them 1 week at a time. Because it lets us enjoy them with you guys, have conversations, look forward to what's coming up, have our theories, seeing if the theories of the community and us are correct or not. But sometimes you just want to sit down and it's go time. You just want to be able to watch and really enjoy it.
That's what John did with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, the number of series, I that's my favorite way to consume media. But at the same time, for a channel like this, Netflix is not the way to go because everything.
We tried with The Witcher.
Yeah. All right, so we have Studio Room saying, I believe grandmother has a Mithraic agenda. The children devolve easier than adults, which is why grandmother is focused on them. Remember, mother is atheist, and grandmother was speaking ancient Mithraic when they found.
Mm-hmm.
I think the sentence got cut off from the screenshot, but when they found her, I guess maybe.
Oh
yes, the first sentences were Mithraic. Yes. She was saying, yeah. You know what? I sometimes get the different origins mixed up a little bit because they go by different names as we're going along. But it would make sense that children would devolve a little bit easier, in some regards, or to just have them go along with certain trains of thought as well.
I heard what is it? The young minds are easy for molding or something. What's
Yeah.
that? What's
Yeah.
that from? Like a young mind's ready to be molded. What is that from? I think I can't remember what movie that's from, but
It's from every parent.
no, but it's like a teacher or something. Is that like School of Rock? He's like, young rock minds ready to be molded or something like that. I can't remember. It's some kind of educational school, but
You can credit Jack Black if you want. That's fine.
come yeehaw! And I was saying,
There shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road.
Jack Black, man, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Nacho Libre, one of my favorites. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of children are easier. And it's like, yes, play the video games, children.
I mean, do you think grandmother has a specific Mithraic agenda, though? Or
She's only affected children at this point.
I mean, at least that's what the show is honed in on showing happening.
Yeah, I guess because Tempest, right? That's her name. Is it Tempest?
Tempest is her name.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
The mother.
So Tempest, her baby gets affected, but she's not affected that we know of, because she's an
That we know
adult,
of,
right?
yeah.
Like maybe, or she's old enough, maybe.
Adulthood. Yeah.
And obviously Campion's hand, and we know he touched her with that hand.
I mean, there's two different ways you could go. The assumption could be that everybody's starting to devolve, and we just were showing in the show as an example those two people, especially Campion, and we just happen to be shown through Campion because he's one of the main people in the show, or it is just that it's just who she's directly interacted with. So I mean, it could just be what the show's showing us, or it could be specifically because that's who she's interacted with.
What's that song? Is it Transformers? You got the touch. You got the power.
You got the touch. You got the power.
It's like
I don't know
it's like this
any of
old
these things
80s
you
song.
sing.
It's like an old 80s song. Like, you got the touch. Dun, dun, dun. You got the power. If you guys know, please comment down below so I'm not crazy. Am I making these songs up? Okay. Last one.
Eventually.
All right. I think that wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for giving your comments. And me and John love going through these and just coming back and talking about Raised by Wolves. We love it. We love it so much. We love the father jokes. We love grandmother theories. We like talking about the core theories and season 3 predictions. It's a fun show to talk about, right, John?
Yeah, it's a really, really fun one. And this is something that we'll be continuing. This is something that you're not going to run out of opportunities to try and discuss, like, where could this go? Does this sound valid? Pretty much it probably is going to. So let us know down below. What do you think of the accounts we picked out as far as what they had to say? Our thoughts on those? Do you think those might be on track? Do you think they're way off? And what do you think is going to happen as we're going through in the series into season 3 and beyond? Are you excited for this? Are you feeling like it's starting to get a little bit too complex and weird? Or are you totally digging the weirdness of this series as a whole? So let us know down below. Check out AsArt.space for all the audio and video links, and we'll see you on the next AsArt.
Snakes going in holes.
That was weird.
No, okay, what's a better hit? No, the time's running out. Dang it. I can't
Snakes.
think of a good one.
Why'd it have to be snakes?